I'm rolling with FD.
I am rolling with FD.
I'm rolling with FD.
I'm rolling with FD, baby.
We are rolling with FD.
I'm rolling with FD.
We got alphas and bros in the house.
That's right.
Peace out, my brother.
Woo!
I'm rolling with the F to the D.
Learn something new every day when you're rolling with FD.
We are rolling with FD, baby.
I roll with one person, and that's FD.
I'm rolling with FD, baby.
You
I
gotta
love
love
it,
it,
man.
man.
Hey, Renee, who you rolling with?
Rolling with FD.
Amen.
Rolling with FD.
You don't have to ask. I'm rolling with FD.
My man, C. Bless. Who you rolling with?
I'm rolling with FD.
I'm rolling with FD.
That's how you just rolling, right? That's the whole thing, right? You roll with it.
I'm rolling with FD.
Manny and Jeremy, who you rolling with?
We're rolling with FD. We don't want to get our asses kicked.
My man, Dan, the card man. I appreciate you, dog. You gotta let the people know who you rolling with.
Well, obviously I'm rolling with FD.
I'm rolling with FD, baby.
Chasing Cardboard is rolling with FD.
Rolling with FD.
What's up, everybody? July 2nd, days before that Independence Day. We got Big Jon in the house. Big Jon, what's up?
What's up, everybody?
You ready
What's
to
up,
dive into some convo here? I feel like there's a whole plethora of things to talk about.
I mean, there is. Man, all this money being thrown around.
A billion. Demetrius saying, what's up, FD? We rolling. He out, dog. Yeah, bro. Yeah. Yeah, bros. Omega just had a conclave in Tampa, Florida. I hope they're still in Tampa, Florida.
I hope so.
I've seen videos where bros scaring horses and police rolling up on horses. The horses are running off. All kinds of stuff is going down. Demetrius says, big ups to Big Jon. Yes.
What's up, Demetrius?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, jumping off. We're going to jump off the diving board into the pool. Bronny James today had a press conference saying hello to the people. Did you get a chance to see that, Big Jon?
I didn't get a chance to see it. Man, I've never heard the 55th draft pick having a press conference for himself.
No, never heard the 55th draft pick. Never heard the 55th draft pick and it being known to the public is about to sign a guaranteed contract and will be on the court.
Of course he is. Starting point guard.
You hit me up with something the other day stating that what 55th draft picks can you name? Which ones have you seen? Do you know? The only one I can name was Patty Mills from 2009. I can't name anyone else that's the 55th draft pick and what they're doing right now. But it's interesting. So this brings up the conversation of nepotism. We have seen nepotism at work. We've seen nepotism, at our own professional jobs. We've seen nepotism at play in sports for years. What makes this any different than any other nepotism?
Nothing. I don't have a problem with it. Right? Use what you work for as a parent to be able to put your kid in an advantageous situation. So I have no problem with it. You see it in every organization. When you look at the coaches, right? Isn't Steve Kerr's son the head coach of the G League team?
Yes.
How many coaches got their sons and brothers on their team?
Belichick, his son was an assistant coach.
Yep.
You know that the owner of the Dallas Cowboys has family all over the front office.
All over the front office. Same thing with the Bears. They pass the thing on to the kids, stayed in the family. I think it's different in the sense that LeBron's not a owner of a team. So it's, kind of, but how's it different from Thanasis being on the team?
Yeah.
Do you think nepotism doesn't have a part with Steph Curry having a career he's had?
Well, you also know that Klay Thompson, we'll talk about him more later, his brother was a assistant coach or in the front office. I don't know if he was a scout with Golden State. This is This has been happening. This is not brand new. So now Bronny's the 55th pick. But I also think there's something deeper than that that's going on.
What you think deeper?
Less than a year ago, Bronny had a heart condition.
Mm-hmm.
Just like it probably should be. None of us know the severity of that. What actually went down, don't know any of that. I did notice that I'm just connecting dots and putting the picture together. I noticed that during the draft, when he was announced, his mother cried a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Bronny cried a lot. Was it tears of joy? Or other tears? I do not know.
I mean, when you go through something like that he went through at a very young age, you know, could very well not have made it to where he's at, right? He could have lost his life.
Yes.
One, he could have lost his basketball career,
Yes.
you know, not being able to play basketball. I mean, big thing, him getting drafted. But if you look at the reports before he got hurt, he was a first round pick. You know, mid to late first round pick. That was before the season started. He got hurt. And listen, there's starters and people who had a long career who averaged less than 4 points in college. You know, we how many people, you know, was balling and got all the buckets in college and are now didn't make it 3 years in the league. So, yeah. But the Lakers were the best organization for him to go to because they've been scouting him day in and day out for 3 years. What organization knows Bronny better from everybody in the building, in the practice facility, the coaches knows him better than the Lakers.
I would also go ahead.
They know what they have in him, right? I'm sure on some practice squads and running and with practice against NBA players since LeBron's been on the Lakers. So what better fit to go to?
I also can see that I would think the Lakers have a whole team that's dedicated. Every team has a medical staff and people dedicated to certain things concerning the players. But I'm pretty sure there are people who are definitely monitoring everything about Bronny, from his past injuries to his medical condition with his heart to whatever else may be going on. So I almost think like he's protected. Let me say, he's surrounded by good people that's looking out for him. I almost think there's more of a conversation about who's his head coach than Bronny James.
Yeah. I think for him, if you isolate who he is outside of his father, best situation to go to. From development, from who knows you, from his health. Now, if that's going to be the best situation for his career, from the media standpoint, the attention, from the unnecessary hate that he's going to get for being in the spotlight, that's to be seen. You know, people don't like it. You know, even Laker fans don't like him on the Lakers.
I wonder what that is, though. Is it because he was drafted? I mean, I don't think most people know the 55th draft pick of any of these teams at any given point in time. So why would you have such a problem with Bronny James?
I mean, who was their second-round draft pick last year? I mean, Austin Reeves opted not to get drafted to sign with the Lakers.
Let's see if I can find who that draft pick was last year. Lakers. Well, was it? Who went 47th last year? Was it Mojave King out of the G League who got traded to the Pacers? But which name did you throw out?
I see Maxwell
Maxwell
Lewis.
Lewis from the Nuggets. Yep, trade to the Lakers. That was their real second round pick from Pepperdine.
And it's not a waste of a pick. It's, if anything, it's the most informed pick you have in the second round.
Yeah.
But and he's the star. He's the star. Nobody's talking about the first round pick. Nobody's talking about Alex Sarr, the second overall pick. Bronny's the name. He has the star power in that draft.
So if he comes out shooting poorly, is the media going to be all over him? If he comes out playing well, will the media support him?
If he shoots bad, of course, they're going to go over him. If he plays well, that's going 50-50. It's going to be whatever narrative you want to spin in your paper, in your blog, on your website, your podcast. It's whatever narrative you want to spin.
Yeah, I believe that. I think
we talked about the other day. Is he better than Amani Bates?
I don't think so.
But Cleveland probably won't play Amani Bates. He'll probably be in the G League still.
Yeah, because they just signed Donovan Mitchell. And what's that do for Darius Garland? And Imani Bates is way down that line.
Yeah. With the moves, what moves surprised you so far?
Well, the lack thereof is that Sacramento has gotten better.
Nope.
And that Orlando really got better.
So yeah, Orlando, they just signed Mo Wagner.
Yeah.
The Heat not doing any moves, surprising.
Nothing. They haven't done anything.
Milwaukee not trying to do any moves is surprising.
Mm-hmm.
Who else? So Sacramento, you said, and then Minnesota not doing any moves. Four teams that.
Well, Minnesota leaned on the draft, so they picked those two guys up in the draft. But that's it. I know people are ranting and raving on the one guard from Kentucky with the step. Yeah. Is it Kentucky? Is it
Kentucky?
Okay.
They traded for a Kentucky guard for point guard.
Is there another guy from the G League they picked up?
I'm not sure.
Kimdom says if Wiseman has anything, Rick Carlisle will get it out of it.
True.
I talked to a friend today. He thinks Wiseman going to Indiana is horrible. I actually think Wiseman going to Indiana is a good move for Wiseman.
He'll get playing time. He's probably going to be behind Miles Turner. But again, another team surprise. You got Wiseman, but you didn't get anybody on the wing. So do you believe that much in Benedict Mathurin that he can play?
People were talking about him a lot before his injury last year. I don't know. Let me see what is Mathurin doing.
I mean, because I think OKC's the team that got better.
A lot better. They needed a point guard. They needed a center. They got a good point guard. They got a very agile center.
Yeah, but they don't have to change their philosophy in my mind.
No.
Because you're going to have AC Caruso. He's going to play defense. He's going to be tenacious. He's got that tenacity, that dog in him, that willing to play hard on both ends. And he doesn't need the ball to score. He can spot up shoot. He can hit an open shot. You know Shea is going to be the one starting the offense and getting the offense of starting.
Yeah.
Then Harkson, another big body, to contend with Minnesota, to contend with the Denver Nuggets. So I think they got some toughness that they needed.
So we were just talking about Mathurin, 14.5 last year, played 59 games, 15 on 8 on his career. Decent from the field. I mean, there's nothing bad to say about how he's shooting from the field. That's nothing horrible to say about how he's shooting the three. I mean, he can get better, but 37% is not. It's not horrible. So we'll see. And then Kendra says, look at guys like Tyson Chandler and Jermaine O'Neal.
I mean, you can look at Miles Turner. Miles Turner is a legit big in the league. So Rick Carlisle.
Yep. Now Turner sometimes, it all depends on how, will he give Wise the green light to shoot that three like Turner does.
Mm-hmm.
Turner likes to step out and become a small forward and do his thing. You know, or is Wise going to be the kind of guy that's down low and let Turner roam?
Let me see. I just think it's interesting.
I think it's better than being in Detroit.
Anything's better than being in Detroit. How do you wait to after the draft to pick your coach?
You and I kept talking about that. Like, what? I was like, well, I was sitting chilling one day, and I'm like, hold up. I grabbed my phone and hit you up and was like, do these guys have a coach? They had to be talking to Big Jon, right? They had.
I don't understand.
Hey man, we're thinking about picking. They had to be saying something. It's weird. I know. And when did they decide? You know what? We're gonna go ahead and get rid of mine. When did that go down?
I don't know. Did New Orleans pick up anybody? I'm not seeing anything on the moves.
Yeah, New Orleans picked up. Yes, sir. Hold on a minute. Yeah, New Orleans picked up a player.
Calls into the wood. Orlando got Caldwell Pope.
Yeah, Caldwell Pope. There you go.
That's what Orlando got.
Orlando got Caldwell Pope. Who did New Orleans pick up?
I'm looking through the moves now.
I think Caldwell Pope helps, but I think Paolo needs more than that.
If I'm Paolo, I'm like, okay, who's my number two? Where am I gonna get this 1-2? We got the one. Where am I gonna get this 2-punch at? You know? New Orleans got Murray. That's right, Kente. They got DeAndre Murray.
Yeah. What does he do? So I would think, okay, Murray's coming there. I would think that Brandon Ingram is gone, right?
Or CJ.
Somebody has to leave.
Again, what could Sacramento needs to make a move.
Fox needs to go, man. Fox needs to get out of town. Fox has to leave. I even asked a question the other day. Let's say next year he goes to play with Steph. I don't think that's still. Let's get on the state. I want to answer some of these questions first. One deals with Golden State. Yeah, Murray. Thank you, Kimda. Thank you, LP. Kimda says, I don't understand how Klay Thompson felt slighted when the Warriors paid him max money for 2.5 years when he was injured.
Because he won them 4 championships and made them a $2 billion team. That's how you feel slighted.
Yeah, you want to share.
You have to overpay for me. I'm your guy. You're going to overpay for me.
But let me ask this question, because last night I was thinking about some things. So the story went that supposedly Brandon P was going to start over Klay.
Mm-hmm.
That was the Golden State strategy. You know Klay doesn't want to have nothing to do with that. Right? That's not going to happen around him. But what does Klay think? Does Klay think he's still a starter? So I'm very interested in what's going to happen when he goes to Dallas. Is Klay going to be a starter? And is he going to start 70-something games of the season? And is he going to play significant minutes? And is his body going to allow him to do that?
I think Klay, from my opinion here, this is my opinion, Klay still thinks he can be Game 6 Klay.
That's what I think as well. That's exactly what I think.
I think he wanted to feel valued by the Warriors, and 27 mil, 28 mil, pay me for what we've done here. That's like you pay Draymond for what we've done here.
Yeah, but you're paying people for what you've done here, but you're also paying them for what they can do in the future. You know, medical staff has a full report on this guy.
Yep.
They know exactly what he can and cannot do, how many days of rest he needs. They throw that thing in the analytics. They understand by the end of the season, you play 82, Clay's going to play these many minutes. We have to break these minutes up. And then when it's back to back to back in the playoffs, I think that's what led to that 0 for 10. Clay's body can't really handle that.
So I would ask you this, right? Being a Warriors fan, looking at Mike Dunleavy Jr., how would you grade his tenure as GM?
C minus.
C minus?
Almost teetering on that D.
Yeah.
I don't know what Dunleavy's doing. I don't know if he's cut out for that job. This is why I think Bob Myers bounced, because he knew what was coming.
Well, I told you last time we talked that Myers didn't want to break it up. Them not Clay choosing to leave gives Dunleavy the reins to break it up, right? And build that and try to build that next dynasty, that next championship team. Question is, did Bob Myers burn bridges, or people no longer want to trade with the Warriors?
That's a good question,
right? You gotta think, they beat up on people a lot. I mean, I know he wants Levine like that, but to lose Chris Paul for nothing, when you had Levine for Chris Paul, Andrew Wiggins on the table, I think that's a deal you gotta take. Because now you lost Clay for nothing, you lost CP3 for nothing. I just think that's the deal. That you probably should have I get rid of 2 big contracts, get to dump those off, get an athletic wing.
What's the real value of Wiggins, I wonder?
3rd round pick?
Yeah, it's a bunch of stuff about him we don't know. We don't know why he's leaving the team every year. Maybe teams know. General public, well, we may not need to know. But maybe teams.
If you have somebody like the Bulls who are willing to take on these bad contracts and these scenarios with Wiggins, why don't you make that trade? You have no reason to want to do right by CP3 and get him to the Spurs. Right?
Do the Warriors get Lauri Markkanen? And if he does come, what does he do? What's up with the Warriors? I'm gonna hit you with a combo question. On top of that, what's up with the Warriors signing Anderson from Minnesota?
Shooting. I think that's shooting. You get Markkanen, you get a shooter in a 4 spot, but he can't play 5.
No.
I mean, you can put him in some lineups as a 3, but he can't guard 2s and 3s.
No.
But he can help keep a double off of stuff. But how does that help?
You said screens well.
You said screens well, but how does that help when you playing 4 on 5 anyway? Because Draymond's not going to be an offensive threat most of the time.
It's interesting.
Oh, I like that, Kempton. I like that idea.
What? Here?
Yeah.
The only team that would value Wiggins would be the Bucks. Kempton comes with it. Some guy that can guard Tatum and Brown. You're absolutely right.
I like that.
And he's going to take some pressure because you just got rid of Jordan Clarkson, who's your defensive kind of player on these big guys, big name guys. You got rid of him. Dame is not going to step out there on that thing. He wants no part of that. So you got to put that on somebody. Yeah, Wiggins would be nice. Who do you bring now? Who do you want from Milwaukee? Because I don't want Bobby Portis Jr. That's not going to help me. I don't get it.
You got another question.
Slow-mo will play the Sean Livingston role. Jonathan Kuminga. There's a question here. What about Jonathan Kuminga? What about him? I don't even know where his game's at. I believe that he's hit a ceiling. Some people don't believe that. Has Jonathan Kuminga bumped his head on his ceiling?
I like Jonathan Kuminga. I don't think he's hit the ceiling. I think he's got room to grow in this game, especially if he can get a 3-point shot more consistent. Or if he can take somebody off the dribble more consistent. Both would be nice, but next year, one or the other, right? If he can put his head down, 2 dribble to the basket, you're gonna open the game up a lot.
And if he can evolve to that, like you said, take him off the dribble, and then pop and stop and pop guy. So I've been taking you off the dribble. Now I'm about to take you off the dribble and stop on a dime. But maybe that's the evolution. This guy, I always think back to. He's been playing organized basketball for what, 4 or 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
I saw him in a workout video the other day. You can put whatever percentage you want to put on the validation of a workout video. He looked different physically. That's all I.
Looked lean.
Looked real lean. Very.
From what he was doing, looked like he's trying to get limber.
Yeah.
More flexibility in his stuff.
Yeah.
Right?
Because he runs like a robot almost.
Mm-hmm.
He does things that his boings are there. I mean, he's gonna get off the ground and do his thing, but maybe they know Kuminga's on no level, man. I don't know. Is Kuminga the new Clay?
All right. So what
is
else?
He 3 and D? Big Jon.
Could be the new Harrison Barnes. He can be the new Harrison Barnes.
Kendall said, I like Kuminga. Would you package Kuminga with someone? Would you take Wiggins and Kuminga to go get a big dog somewhere? But the word is that Kuminga he's off the table. They won't talk to anybody about Kuminga.
I agree. I agree with that. You got to look 3 years down the line, right? Don't look for what Kuminga is today. What growth do you see 3 years when Steph retires, Dre's gone? Can we build? Can he be the guy after that?
We got to see.
So,
he's going to get Clay shots. That's true.
What are your thoughts about the team building that you're seeing going around right now? It looks like in the West, everybody's trying to get that 2 big combination.
Yep.
And then in the East, everybody's trying to get those 2 wing combination.
It looks like people are trying to set themselves up to get to the finals.
Mm-hmm.
Then we'll work it out from there.
So did any deal or move surprise you? Like you just like, whoa, he got that type of money? The Derek White deal surprised me. They gave him 132, I believe.
Well, you know he wasn't going anywhere.
I know he wasn't going anywhere. I just didn't know he's going to get that much. Marcus Smart was really the problem.
Well, I mean, he's not an offensive guard, and he's not a point guard. So you got double whammies on the court. Kendall says I wouldn't have traded JK for PG3. No, I wouldn't have done that. PG13.
Why are people high on PG?
I don't know. I have no idea. To me, he does not make you. Okay, you took Harden out. You put him in. He doesn't take Philadelphia to the next level. I don't think so.
If he's gonna stunt Maxi's growth.
Yes, he's gonna stunt Maxi's growth, and PG is gonna be hurt.
Mm-hmm.
You already know this. Yeah, Kim. The Warriors do need a 7-footer. Where's that coming from? Is that Laurie marketing? Where's that coming from? I mean, and if they sign marketing, my biggest question is, do they have to change some part of their offense for that guy? This guy averaged 20-some points a game. He's not coming there to set screens and pick and rolls. Yeah, D. White didn't. That didn't really shock me. Brian, what's good? What's going on? Brian Taylor in the house. Nothing big, but anybody going to the Wizards shocked me. So Valanciunas going to the Wizards shocked me.
Mm-hmm.
But the Wizards are paying people money, so maybe just say, you know what?
I mean, do you go out and get Kuzma? Does somebody go out and try to get Kuzma? Think they can help him win?
I thought he should have left it last year. I would say yes. Even if he plays that same role he did with the Lakers in the bubble. I mean, it's pretty much quality, and I think he's grown since then. Oh, Kenton says he thinks Kuminga can average 22 to 24.
Yeah.
I don't know what my mind has him at 17, 18.
Get to the free throw line.
We'll see.
Get to the free throw line. You can get to the free throw line. You can get 6 extra points.
What about Cade Cunningham getting that money? You think Cade's that dude? Cade's not that dude.
It's Detroit. I can't wrap my head around what that organization wants to do. You know, give him the money. He's your first round draft pick. He's one you've already said. But you're a new GM. What loyalty do you have to Cade to pay him like this?
What about Kevin? I don't know why. Brian says Cade is good if he can stay healthy.
I think Cade is good, but I'm gonna just come in. Hey, it's like when you get a new boss at work, right? If even if that person was up for promotion, that person was up for a raise, you got to take time to evaluate that stuff before you actually give them that money. If you don't know what he did before you got there, for real.
That's underestimated at work.
Mm-hmm.
You're quite true. A lot of people get disgruntled because somebody else promised them something. Then they're like, "Hey, Big Jon told me I was gonna get paid."
Mm-hmm.
LP, let me know. What about who? Let me know. Yeah, Cade got paid. Kevin Porter Jr. is back. Going to the Clippers. What do you think of that? That shocked me.
That's shocking. Back in the league, going to LA.
What about Jado?
What about Jado? The Grizzlies are not doing anything.
What about him and Edie? Is that a pick and roll situation?
Yeah, of course it is.
Hmm.
But what about Jaren Jackson now?
Oh, he better go outside and shoot the jumpers like he wants to do.
When he had in the running for Defensive Player of the Year a couple years ago?
I don't think Edie's going to play a lot. I see Edie as Bobo. Or Adams.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's there. He's going to get some minutes. But
now, I think the Warriors should go get Adams. If he's going to be healthy, I think pick and roll with Steph will be amazing with Adams, because that's a brick wall you're running into for real.
How many games do you see Golden State winning next year? Even if they get Markin?
40, 43.
Is that a playoff team?
In the West, probably still in the play-in.
Kim says, I feel like the Warriors will miss out on LM and have to settle for BI. Oh, man. I don't know. I just see a roster that's like in flux. I don't even know what's going on there. Hey, I'll say this, though, for the record. I was wrong about Clay not leaving. I thought Clay was staying.
Toby, I see what you mean about Edie being 10 and 10, but where does the minutes come from? You have Jaren Jackson, who you pay Morant. I don't know where his minutes come from.
Is he taking them GG Jackson minutes?
Could be.
Yeah, that's my question with GG. Is he going to be on?
If you're a team, are you calling the Memphis Grizzlies trying to get Desmond Bane?
I just expected for him to play better without Ja last year.
I did too. But nice defender, decent scorer. You know, if you need a pop.
I expected for him to play a lot better. Let me pull up his numbers here real quick.
I mean, I expected Jaren Jackson Jr. to play a lot better last year without.
So it's like the team kind of floundered. Like they couldn't make up for Ja's points and energy. And like these numbers are not bad, but the baddest thing is that he played 42 games. That's the worst.
I think they have a bad coach. I just don't like that coach.
So do I. I totally agree with you.
I think John makes up for bad coaching because he's that stellar of a player.
But with the amount of personalities on that team, are they going to attract a coach that's going to put some guardrails on this? I don't know. You saw Charlotte's coach get chewed up.
Chewed up and chewed out.
Yeah, JJJ can play the 4. Will he, though? I guess the modern day floor is a little bit different than what we've seen in the past. He can play the 4.
If he plays the 4, where's the spacing on that team? Ja's downhill. They have no 3-point shooter. Marcus Smart doesn't shoot, can't make his own play for the most part.
That's where they struggle.
Where's the 4 spacing? In the modern game, you don't have the 4 spacing for JJ to play the 4 unless you're trying to go back to the basketball.
That's a great question. Kidman says Ja is actually a sneaky buy. I think Memphis will bounce back. I think Ja is a sneaky buy.
Yeah.
I will agree with that.
Ja's a good buy because he's going to generate hype for himself and for the Grizzlies. So, once he dunk over somebody, everybody's gonna be like, "Oh, remember Ja."
Mm-hmm. Doesn't translate into playoff success, but it does get you some views, some content for social media, and some buzz, people talking. Brian says, Toby says, how do y'all like the coaching move in Detroit? I think it's better than what they had. Just think about it, though. Somebody pays you $60-something million and not come to work. Just walk off.
$67 million to not come to work.
Don't even come to the office.
No
one's calling you. Don't call us. Jaden Ivey, is he happy?
There has to be something done about that, though, where you have a cap for your players, but you can be paying 3 coaches $100 million. Because you find a coach here and hiring another one, firing that coach out here and hiring another. That's got to be something done about that, because that's money you could be putting into the salary cap.
Yeah.
Like you cannot be paying 3 coaches over a 5-year time span.
Do you like Bickerstaff?
For a young team, I think Bickerstaff's a good coach for a young team. He can fundamentally sound coach. You're not going to be a playoff team. You're not going to be great, but for a young team, he can be that bridge.
Well, what's up with your boy Patrick Williams getting 5 years, $90 million?
Another organization.
You and I talk, when he said he wanted to be a max guy.
Yeah. You know what my problem with Patrick Williams is? He doesn't rebound.
And what is he? Is he a small forward?
He's a power forward.
He plays like a small forward.
But he doesn't rebound.
That was absurd, though.
What was absurd? What'd I say?
No, not you. Patrick Williams saying I want to be a max guy.
Oh. Like, I've seen games where him and Vooch go a whole half without getting a rebound.
Yeah.
How does that happen?
Because Vooch is only interested in offensive plays. He's not here to clean glass and do all that. And what you think about your boy Kobe White? That was a question. Can he be an all-star next year?
Oh, of course he can be an all-star next year. Because if you don't have Levine, you don't have DeRozan. If the Bulls want to be a winning organization, he's going to have to average 27 points a game.
Yeah, who's the point guard now? Him?
Kobe.
Okay, who's the two guard?
Who's the two guard?
Yeah.
Giddy.
Who's the two guard?
I put that out there on Instagram. Is this a championship core? And the answer is no.
It's not.
Like,
I don't even know. Like I told you, I don't even know who's playing group. You got Patrick Williams and Giddey on the court. They talking about giving Giddey $100 million. That's how to play basketball, people.
You remember the Eddie Curry, Tyson Chandler years?
Yes.
When tickets was $8?
Yes.
I think we're gonna get back to that in the United States. We might have to go to a game.
Brian says I'm a Bulls fan. That Patrick Williams move hurt my feelings. I think at this point, people get paid because you're there. Who else are we gonna bring in if we got this money sitting over here? It's almost like, back in the day, I used to be at grandmama's house, and all my cousins were going to the corner store to get some candy. I didn't even want candy. I still got a $5 or $10 bill. Mm-hmm. I was saving and buy baseball cards with. Okay, Kevin says, if I was Steph, San Antonio Spurs is looking really attractive to me. I thought today coming home, what if Steph demands to be moved? Call me crazy, but think Wemby will be a top 5 player the end of next season. I'm going to watch Olympic basketball because of him. So what if Steph said, I want to get out of town?
They're going to move him.
You think he's saying that for this? You think he's saying that to play with Anderson? And Clay's gone?
I think you got to trade that line.
Bruh.
If it's looking ugly at the trade deadline?
Yeah, it's got to be bomb.com at the trade deadline. We got to have some legendary people coming through. At least one person at the trade deadline. There's got to be some LeBron action not like LeBron coming, but how LeBron just sweeps the team and brings other people in. There's got to be something going down at the trade deadline. Think about the squad right now. Man, we're gonna get 10 games in, and people are gonna be looking around at each other. There's no Clay coming. There's no Clay back in the day, let me say. Brian says Giddey can't shoot. He barely scores 10 and grabs 5 rebounds. Patrick Williams barely scores 10 and grabs 5 rebounds. Is KD saying? But this is another thing. Where's KD going? Because KD
right now,
I don't believe KD's staying.
I would say this, right? You go talk about KD. Where do you go?
If you're
KD?
If
you're KD, where do you go? Because this trading teams every other year, you're still not getting to a ring. You're gonna have to stick it out with one of these teams and build the chemistry to get to a championship. Right? Kawhi did it. Name another person who went to a new team and won a championship that year. Kawhi did it and was the number one option. Kawhi did it, and he only did it because KD and Clay got hurt. If KD doesn't get hurt, Clay doesn't get hurt, Warriors have five rings.
Brian says KD has his own team the past 2 squads and did nothing. I don't think KD is interested in being a leader. I think he has to go someplace where he can be the easy money sniper and doesn't really have to worry about defense. I don't know how many places that is. Well, what if he went to Denver?
What if he went to Orlando?
It would be entertaining. Wouldn't win a championship, but it'd be entertaining. Very entertaining.
KD wasn't the number one option in Golden State.
Yeah, but The problem with Orlando to me is still Franz Wagner. So you got to have who's the third person. Caldwell Pope is going to help. He's going to play some defense and he's going to help. You talking about spacing? He's going to open it up. He can shoot from outside. He has a mid range. He can play some defense. He can do all that. But who's that consistent every night third scorer? They don't have one. And like look at Boston, it was by committee in that series. It was Porzingis one night. It was White one night. It was what's his name? The guy everybody Tatum. The last game. It was by committee. Who's stepping up? Orlando doesn't even have that. So no. KD did it with Golden State. Yeah, but you know. We all know he was just an engine up in there. You had a healthy Clay. You had Steph. You had Draymond.
Who just came back from the finals.
So Kimden is saying something here that I have thought this entire free agency and signing period. What if KD went back to the Warriors? What if you had KD, Steph? I don't even know if this financially works. But what if you had KD, Steph, and Lauri Markkanen? Or KD, Steph, and BI?
So my thing, KD to the Warriors depends on how his relationship with Draymond is.
Okay.
If they've met those fences, he might come back.
Mm-hmm. I think they will.
Relationship that broke it, that relationship has to be fixed for you.
Never should have broke it. They all have 6-7 rings right now. Right, never should have broke it. Or lost on a big shot to somebody in the finals. They never should have broke that up. But you know, if we can name a bunch of talented people who couldn't connect on things and then broke things up, starting with the Beatles and ending wherever you want to end that.
I seen some Beatles cars the other day. I was in a consignment shop and I almost picked up a couple few.
You should.
I gotta know more about them before I buy them.
I got you.
Like this is research.
Kendall says Curry will work with the Timberwolves. Never thought about that. That would be interesting. Curry gonna show how overrated he really is this season. I don't know what his conversation was about. He came out publicly and said we want to play. Right? That's a statement that addresses something that rather have LM. Oh, than BI. Oh, yeah, so would I. BI's just hurt a lot. He's just out. He's hurt. He's got some things going on. I also want to see him look like he wants to be there.
Would you rather have BI or Paul George?
They're almost like the same people, man.
Exactly.
Almost like the same. One's just a little bit taller.
What do we think about Harden going back to the Clippers?
He doesn't do anything there. He's not going to do anything there. I mean, he can go play. Be entertaining, but I still can't believe that team just folded to Dallas in the playoffs. I know Kawhi was hurt, but we got future Hall of Famers running around.
There was a point in time in the season where everyone was like, this is the team to beat.
I thought that at one point, too.
So, any of the moves right now, right? Let's talk cards.
Yep.
Well, anything that's been changed, created move, any cards? Anybody you want to go after and buy and look into their markets for?
No, I don't think so. Do you? Do you think so? Well, who you thinking? Like Klay Thompson. Let's just dig into this. Now it stems off what you just said. Klay Thompson going to Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a championship team?
Nah.
No, I don't think so. And I'm not hating people. I love me some Klay Thompson. I'm gonna cheer for him in a Dallas uniform. I'm not hating on Klay. I would never hate on Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson's done too much for the game of basketball for me to come along and start hating on him because he loves Golden State. But so just putting that out there, I don't see Dallas with Klay as a championship team. I could be wrong. I was wrong about Boston. I thought they were going to fade along the way.
My reason about why it's not is because I don't see the ball movement.
Yep,
he's going to get open looks, but there are going to be a lot of grenades in those open looks.
Well, is he taking Gafford's shot?
Yeah.
Right? He's taking Gafford's shot.
Yeah, he's taking grenades. He's taking 3 seconds left on the clock shots. And, hey, Klay can be a great spot-up shooter, but I think the league is trying to tell Klay that he's in his last Ray Allen phase right now, where he's a spot-up shooter, 3-point sniper phase, and Klay doesn't think he's there yet.
I believe Klay would be more. I don't know if his body will allow him to do this. If he was on the move more, taking the ball to the cup more, you think he's going to stand out here and shoot, and he's taking something off the dribble? I always felt like Klay would be more effective. Maybe his body won't let him do that. And you see him come to the cup with Golden State, and it's like hard for him to finish that thing. And I think that's because of his lift when he jumps. LP asked the question, will Luka and Zion ever stay in shape? Nope. You're going to see videos of folks running stairs. It ain't got nothing to do with the activity, people. It's got something to do with the diet and whatever else you do. And in Zion, as long as he's jumping and bounding, I'll say this over and over again about Zion and Ja. As long as you're jumping and bounding, you will be injured. This is proven in NBA history. If you can't stop and pop with a jump shot or do something to take some stress off of you physically going in against people, just like in football, we all love to see the running back that just runs people over, put their head down, just run people. You're not going to do that for
long. Gilbert Arenas had a great point.
Right? Just stop right there. Just stop right there. Just stop right there. Go ahead.
If I got a young superstar like Zion, if I got a young superstar like Ja Morant, who is now on this Olympic team, I'm trying to get them out to Vegas to practice against the Olympians. I'm trying to get them in that atmosphere to help develop their game and help get them in shape and keep them in shape just with their competition.
I don't think that gets them in shape and keeps them in shape, though. It's about what you've been doing. When's the last time Ja played a game? And when's the last time Zion played a game? It's about what he's been doing since he walked up that court with that hamstring injury. What has Zion been doing? I can't wait to see some pictures of him shooting free throws with muscles and baby oil up. And people saying, Zion's looking.
When you look at the U.S. roster, right?
Yeah.
Curry, Booker, Edwards, Holiday, Halliburton, James Durant, Kawhi, Tatum, Embiid, Davis, and Bam Adebayo, right?
Mm-hmm.
You got to think Booker, Anthony Edwards, Tyrese Halliburton, Tatum, and Bam have the most to gain from this experience.
That's right.
Right?
They have the most to pick up. They might play the least, though.
Mm-hmm. They might play the least, but those practices,
yep,
those one-on-one King of the Mountain practices and just working on your game with other all-star MVP,
future Hall of Famers.
Mm-hmm. You've seen Tatum make the jump from the last time they was at the Olympics. You've seen Butler make a jump from last time at the Olympics. So if you convince the Jalen Greens, the Zion Williamsons to go practice against these, you gotta take something away from it.
I agree.
You gotta at least get a hunger to want to win a championship, to want to be better, to want to prove that you are in this level.
I agree. I feel like this offseason, I know there's the Olympics going on. There's some player. This is what I want to see more of, Big Jon. I don't know. I'm trying to get through this summer to see if I'm actually going to see it. Like, I don't want to see a workout video from you.
From who? Luka?
Anyone in the NBA. I don't want to see any workout videos from you.
You don't want to see them hooping in New York and Brooklyn?
Nope. I don't want to see them with your shooting coach putting up these 20-footers, 18-footers. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see you running stairs. I don't want to see you running around cones. I don't want to see anything. I don't want to see it.
You don't want to see them at the Pro-Am this summer?
I don't want to see anybody at the Pro-Am. All I want to see you is that maybe Summer League, if you're a young player, and I want to see you at the start of the season. I don't want to see anything else from you. I don't want you to glamorize your off season. I don't want, because most people that do that, they ain't doing much. It's just like every team you know that's going to be on Hard Knocks, that team is not good.
No.
You know that. So if I see you running, pull-ups, doing whatever, like I saw a video the other day, the wide receiver for the 49ers, Debo. Debo is running on the treadmill. Now, Debo looks like he's dropped a little weight. Debo needed to drop a little weight.
Yep.
But I'm good not even ever seeing that.
Can he run a route?
Can he run a route, not pull a hamstring, not tweak something, not be laying on the ground, and then after commercial, he back on the huddle? Though I don't want to see none of that during the season.
You know, Debo, my guys, USC, South Carolina.
I love Debo too. I love Debo as well. I just want Debo to get through a season not hurt. I also want the 49ers to stop using Debo as a running back.
Yeah. You have a running back.
You just showed against the rip. What's that?
You got Christian McCaffrey. You got the best running back in the league.
Yeah. Let him take that.
Can we talk about Matthew Stafford's wife and making those comments on a podcast?
What was that? What was that? What was that?
I mean, that's said between friends and private. We're not gonna post the world.
You should be really knowing people before you even start saying that.
Like,
let me see if I can get this for the people in the back row that don't know what we're talking about.
Matthew Stafford in the public eye like that.
Did you hear she gave an apology to the family? My man just got married. The guy she was talking about, the backup or the
I thought it was the wrong guy.
Oh, was it the wrong guy?
I thought it was the wrong guy. I think people thought it was him.
Oh,
and it wasn't.
Wow.
But you know who his backup is this year, right?
Who?
Jimmy G.
That's funny. Jimmy G be on that, yeah.
One argument.
Hold on, let me find exactly what she said because Pivot's talking about this.
It was just the weirdest thing to publicize as a wife about you, even if it was back when I was dating.
And it was like out of nowhere. Are you trying to get? Because she's on a podcast now, right?
Right.
I think she's trying to get a podcast up and running.
Mm-hmm.
But it just felt like it's out of nowhere.
Let me get the best. Let me go viral real quick. I tried to make Matt jealous by messing with his backup quarterback.
Hold on, man. Let me see how I can find this. I just want her words. I don't want anything else around it.
LP, we never saw J. Ross work out, but we all heard the stories of him catching thousands of bricks in the offseason.
Yeah. You know what's interesting also? Matt Stafford's wife, because I actually follow her on Instagram. I'll follow her for a while. She was gravely sick at one point, almost passed away.
Mm-hmm.
Like she's been through a lot. It's not like I don't. That doesn't, I guess, take away from what she's talking about here.
That is definitely embarrassing. And then he's got to go in the locker room, this summer with that being out there, and you got some characters in the league, even as teammates. That's going to be a running joke.
Oh, it would be talked about when I played. Hold on 1 second. Let me see if I can wrap this. All right, we got a little something here. This might take me a little while to really find it in there, but we will listen to Kelly Stafford.
Hey everybody, welcome to Off the Vine podcast. I'm your host, Caitlin Bristow, and today I think I made a new best friend. I think I say that a lot though. But Kelly Stafford, her husband is Matthew Stafford, who is a Super Bowl winning NFL quarterback. And I thought this only happened in the movies. They met in college. They're college sweethearts. She was a cheerleader. He was a quarterback. And they've gone through some serious life together. They have 4 daughters. Kelly also had a brain tumor removed in 2019 that switched her perspective on everything. She's
Almost died.
got a podcast now. She was a nurse. She's got a lot going on. I mean, 4 kids, working mom, married to a quarterback, star in the NFL. What could go wrong? We talk about everything. I just love her, adore her. She was so fun, and I know you're going to love this interview. There's a lot of things that you've gone through in your life. But we're starting with the love story because I always say in another lifetime, I will marry my college sweetheart because I think that is so cute. You guys have literally grown up together. You have 4 daughters. That's a lot of estrogen.
Yeah, it's a lot.
And now you got a dog.
Hold on. When she said you all, listen to this. Listen to the beginning. Listen to how Kelly goes,
And now you got a dog.
And now I
back up.
Things that you've gone through in your life. But we're starting with the love story because I always say in another lifetime, I will marry my college sweetheart because I think that is so cute. You guys have literally grown up together. You have 4 daughters. That's a lot of estrogen.
Yeah, it's a lot.
And now you got a dog.
And now I have a boy dog. We had to even out a little bit. Honestly, the dog, probably not my best decision or timing or anything like that. Didn't even tell my husband till the day before.
Stop. I was going to say shut up, but that felt
that. It's like, get the on my car. Yeah. Meanwhile, he's dating like 12s out of 10s. You know what I mean? Like he's dating, God knows, supermodels.
Yeah.
Legit.
Yeah.
Southern supermodels, but still.
Right.
And and it's funny because I had to like rush them. Some of them came through when I was a sophomore. I had to rush out. And I was like, I cannot do this right now. But anyways, it was a lot of back and forth.
Yeah.
Did not think I think if you ask anyone who knew us at Georgia, if they thought we would have ended up together 4 kids, they would have laughed their asses off.
Really?
Oh yeah. I think I would have laughed my ass off at that.
That's kind of the cute part of it.
Honestly, in the end, when we decided that it was it.
So the host is sticking to the cute part.
Yeah.
And she's not on the cute part.
No, because it's not cute. They we played football. You understand what she's going up against. She just said he was dating 12 when they broke up.
Yeah.
Like,
and when she says 12, she really means 15.
Mm-hmm.
She know the deal.
What made you decide that?
I didn't decide it.
He did.
Yeah.
So
I was always all in.
Oh,
I didn't let him know that. But I was, he probably. But no, I was always all in. I don't know. There was something about him.
Yeah.
It was just, he's brilliant.
Yeah.
For one. He called me from Arizona. He went to train in Arizona. I was still in college, having time.
Yeah.
And I still remember I was in my sorority house, which should have never pledged a sorority, but here we are. And he was like, I don't want to see you with anyone else. I want to make this real. And I was like, you waited until you left.
Yeah, classic.
Yeah. I was like, okay, so now I don't know what's going on over there.
Right.
You don't know. So now we're going to be.
Yeah. So you had to do long distance?
We did long distance for like a year, maybe. And then I moved to Michigan.
Wow.
Yeah.
And what year was that?
That was, I was 19.
Whoa.
Yes. It was 2010, I think.
2010. Okay.
Yeah. So moved there and against my dad's permission. He didn't
All
give
I
me his
got-
permission.
And then my brain just goes to Taylor Swift. But Daddy, I love him. I do. Okay. Yeah.
Exactly. That's
Yeah.
kind of what I said. I was
Mhm.
like, I think it's going to be okay. And he's like, no. And so Matthew had to go sit down with my dad.
Good.
And kind of assure him
Where are you from?
I'm from Georgia.
Oh, Georgia. Right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Where are you from?
Edmonton, Alberta, Canada.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So you're Canadian.
Yeah.
So it was, he's
he
very
sat down
old
with your dad.
school.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he had to sit down with my dad, kind of reassure him,
What do they
if something
drink?
went wrong, what would
What's on the table here?
happen. Because I was going to go to school up there too.
Okay.
So Georgia didn't have a nursing program. So I transferred out to a school in Michigan that had a nursing program.
Damn it. No. You just never know. You just never know. And now you have 4 daughters together.
Yes.
That is okay. Did you always want kids?
I got to abbreviate. So she goes on and talks about how she dated the backup quarterback to make Stafford jealous.
Yeah.
Don't know why we're talking about this.
Don't know why. Especially somebody you just met. We ain't got to tell the whole story of the ups and downs. Somebody we just met.
But Big Jon, we know that now people get on different podcasts and they say stuff. Well, like you talked about earlier, Gilbert Arenas.
Mm-hmm.
People say stuff. Steph is not generational talent. People say stuff that. What do you do with it? She embarrassed the man for clout. JJ Redick press conference was just that, 4 clicks to me, saying stuff that you might not ever see him address the press like that again. That's probably a one-time thing. You see what they did?
It's very politically correct.
Yeah, but the whole shit about I don't give a F about this, and I don't think my man's gonna be talking like that during the season. But what's up with Russell Wilson and Sierra?
I think talking about the way people tried to embarrass Russell because he's with Sierra with the future thing.
Oh, okay. Future and some 50 Cent drizzled on top. Just interesting, though. Yeah. Mrs. Stafford coming through. Then she came out and tried to apologize. She felt horrible.
Got caught up in the moment, I guess. But she apologized. It'll be out the news cycle in a couple more days.
Yeah, she won't even get a full week. Clay making adjustments in Texas. I hadn't thought about this. There's no on the Bay Clay no more.
But he can go to the Gulf of Mexico. Get on the boat.
It is interesting. What do you think of Eric Gordon going to Philly?
Nothing.
Yeah, we're in the same boat.
Philly's team building is they replaced what they already had.
So where's the guard that came from Toronto?
Quickly?
No. Point guard. One with the Toronto Raptors. 2009 was his rookie year. He was in Philly, right? Am I not wrong? Am I wrong? Used to be with the Miami Heat?
Oh, Lowry.
Yeah, Cal.
Yeah, he's in Miami, yeah. Again, another team hasn't made anything happen. And didn't Pat Riley say this is gonna be his last year?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Pat's not.
You think he want to go out with a chip?
Tyrese Halliburton, what do you think of him?
Good regular season player. I like Tyrese. I think Tyrese is a fun personality. good player, but he's a nice. He's that waiter type of point guard, like John Stockton. He can set the table for you.
Okay, I agree with that.
Who's his two?
But he wasn't built that way.
No,
they didn't showcase him that way.
But again, who's his two?
Isn't it Matthew? We'll see. You're right though. Yeah.
That's my question. Is like, you are good. You got, if that team runs, that team's young, and you see this with a lot of young teams. We're just going to run you out of the gym and score points because we run, not because we can play half-court basketball.
That's right.
And you've seen that the games in the playoffs, when they had to play half-court basketball, it was problems.
Yeah.
When they was open and run, they blew New York out. When there was a half-court game and it was muddled up and messy, it was hard.
So what happened? Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I did like seeing him and Brunson at SmackDown last week though. That was cool.
I thought that was cool. I actually thought that was cool.
Mm-hmm. Then you had Ryan Clark them there.
Yep.
So it was cool to see. It's marketing, people. Build some new stars. Get some marketing.
And they didn't do anything to put themselves in jeopardy to be injured.
Some fun interaction. They got in the ring. They talked a little trash each other.
Yeah. What's up with do you see AD? You know how AD would yell at people on the court. Do you see AD checking Bronny if he's not doing something?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think AD is going to have a problem saying anything to Bronny or Bron. He's they're boys for one. Hey, you going to night? One moment.
No problem.
All right, give me a hug. I love you. Good night. Hi. All right, bye-bye. Make some appearance.
Yeah, she got to come say good night. I agree with that though. I agree with what you're saying. I can see that actually happening. Who is he going to be the go-to player for the Lakers? Connect Four or Austin Reeves? AR-15.
The go-to player has to be Anthony Davis.
No, but I'm saying, JJ Redick came in saying Reeves was going to play more, be a bigger part of the offense.
I think JJ is going to find out that your theories of making plays, because the mind is there. His mind for the game of basketball is there. I think you're gonna see the theory and the practicality of it don't match a lot of the time, right? You can say he's gonna play more, but if he doesn't understand these actions that you're trying to implement off and free flow how to back cut right, you have to simplify the game. Give the ball to AD. Give the ball to LeBron. Right? That team should definitely be a heavy pick and pop team, in my opinion, with their players. Pick and roll, pick and pop.
You think D'Lo's gonna fit in there? Or is he a trade deadline guy?
Trade deadline guy.
I don't see too deep into the season where he's just trying to talk about his phone.
It's. I wonder if JJ is going to be more of a specific play type of coach, like we're going to run this play, or we're going to run these concepts. And I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if he has his team basketball IQ to be a concept type of team. Like, hey, we're gonna RPO. They do this, we do that. They do this, we do that. I just don't know if D'Lo's IQ is there for that. If AR IQ is there for that.
Well, they saying Connect can shoot the three, so we'll see. They signed Cam Reddish again too, so we'll see.
Max Christie.
We shall see, my people.
So
But going back to your question, does anything here affect cars, car values, demand, hype? I don't see it right now.
I think CP3 to the Spurs definitely can boost Wemby's market.
CP3 is going to be hurt a lot.
Yeah.
The amount of time you actually see them playing together is going to be less than anyone thinks. How many games did he play this year?
I don't know.
Let's see here. Chris Paul.
Zonnie, yeah, you got to have concepts, like we want to do this.
He played 58 games. 58 games. He played 59 the year before. He played 65 the year before that. So that's what he's going to play. He's going to play 50-something or less.
But he's going to be a willing passer to Wemby.
Oh, I agree.
He's not going to have – Wemby won't have the primary ball handler fighting against giving him the ball. And he's going to get Wemby the ball in easier scoring opportunities.
I'm just wondering who's going to play the point when he's not playing the point.
Well, that's issues for another day. I mean, they're not a playoff team with CP3.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Their odds to win the championship did not change after he got signed. Larson asks, "You still on Wise? You are a Wiseman. Wiseman is a pacer. LOL. That is. Would people rather for him to be a pacer or stay with Detroit? Or neutral? Just don't care.
Man, he need to get out of Detroit.
He had to go.
Did you see the breaker that pulled 10 white sparkle Wemby's out of one bag?
Really?
Yeah. I think it was one-on-one card shop. Don't quote me on that. I can look it up real quick.
Trying to find it myself. One-on-one cards. I wonder how does that happen in the production room?
I don't know how that happens, but that's one nice payday.
What do you think the value of a white sparkle is? Pretty high.
Really high. Let's see. Let me look it up. Wemby white sparkle.
What kind of year do you see Wemby having? Is he first team offense, first team defense?
Yeah. I don't think if he has a year like he had his rookie year, I don't think you can not give it to him. Especially with the NBA wanting to push him to the forefront and get the machine behind him. So a courtside white sparkle went for $4,000 2 days ago on eBay. Regular white sparkle went for $1,200 earlier last month from Select. So
Wemby prices coming down?
A little bit, but not much. Still seeing things going for crazy amounts of money.
Wemby?
Still seeing base cards go for $25 to $50.
You know that's not gonna last. You know that's not gonna last.
No, it shouldn't last, but Fanatics Fest coming out.
Big Jon, you going to that?
Nah, I'm not gonna go. It's not too far. I got too many other things going on right now.
Believe me, I understand.
So
Believe me, I understand.
I'm hoping that I will watch the National on YouTube. I'm sure somebody streaming, and I'll see what's going on there. But,
hey, you like this? The redemption sign? Interesting.
And signed and graded. That's
interesting concept. Yeah. $30,000 Mojo. You know this stuff is not gonna last, right?
no. Okay, so if is it not going to last because of his play, or is it not going to last because all this stuff is going to be printed forever?
It's not gonna last because this is hype value, and that's going to fall off at some point and become something more realistic. This Mojo is not 15,000. This green Pulsar, 20 out of 25, is not a $15,000 card. It's probably more like 7, something like that. That's the kind of stuff that's probably going to change over time. I think his play is going to be high unless he gets hurt to the point where he can no longer do what he's doing. You know, Wemby is going to perform unless an injury takes him out the game. That's what I foresee. And that's not like a hot take. That's just, let me ask you this. Name me, Big Jon, one big man who's built remotely close to Wemby, or who's over 7'2", who has had a long career in the NBA.
Nobody. I think what Yao Ming had 9 years.
Yep, and some of them he was
injured.
He was injured. So he played at a high level at one point where Shaq couldn't even mess with him. But Yao was probably he's 7'6", man. Yao was 7'6", so.
So what do we, with this year's draft pick being really no hype, basically, do you think box prices come down next year?
People are going to try to keep those high as possible for as long as they can. Car prices will come down before box prices, I believe. What do you think of that?
I can see it. I think box prices should be halved because, like, who's trying to get? Would you rather hit a second-year Wemby or one of the rookies from this draft class?
There's nobody in this draft class that to me that's exciting. Not even the kid that went to the Washington Wizards. I don't think anybody there is. I could be wrong. And what's up with these black labels, man? Hold on. One sold on May 4th. Okay, same card, 12. No. So this card, peep game right here. Are you peeping game?
Yeah.
This card sold on May 4th for 10 G's, 42 bids, right? Somebody grabbed that bad boy, reposted it. That card sold 10 days later. Where's it at here? Hold up, let's find May 14th. We just looked at the 4th. The 14th is sold for 12 grand. Same card.
So they bought it for 10 and sold it for 12.
Yeah.
So with fees, they probably made $700.
Yeah.
So is that the same seller?
Sure.
You sure it's two different sellers?
It's listed the same. Let's look at the picture. I can't even find it. Hold on. 7. Looks like the same exact card.
The same exact card, same serial number 36.
Yep. Yep, same card. But I'm pretty sure there's a lot of that going on. I had a theory on that. I just happened to find these two. I'm pretty sure people are buying and selling Wemby's. The higher end ones, the ones that are numbered.
Yeah, I know. Me and Reverend talk about it every day with these Wemby's getting hit. It's some life changing money if you hit a Wemby out of select. Get some numbered.
Yeah. But I'm just still gonna go back to the same question though. Because we got if we look at Yao Ming, high level, got to 19.7 a game, hurt himself, was never the same, had to go. What guy over 7'2" has had a long career?
Let's see. Jerry, LP says Kevin Garnett is the closest.
He's not over 7'2".
Was he like 6'11"?
Yeah, he's not over 7'2", bro. Yeah, he's a play right now, Jerry. Yes, I can't dispute that. I think this bro has game. I think he can do his thing. I'm talking about who have we ever seen? Now, could he be the first person that shows us what a guy over 7'2" could do? Yeah, but Garnett, I think, is 6'11". Let's see here. I think Garnett is 6'11". Let me see. 6'11". 6'11". I just have never seen it. So that's the only thing that makes me look at Wemby and say, can he have a long career? He's definitely a player now. You can't downplay what he has done. He should have been Defensive Player of the Year. Akeem? I don't think Akeem's over 7'2". Akeem is 7 feet tall. I'm telling you, there is no one.
Shaq played, 14 years?
Something like that, 14, 15. And was he 7'1"?
Yeah, and he had the weight. So he wasn't even.
Yeah. This is a good question. I wonder if they will short print the new class due to the lack of height. Good.
Good. But what's short print if your short print is 6,000? Or 600,000?
You are right.
So like everybody in baseball is going crazy about the Jackson Holiday short print cards.
Yeah.
But they printed 600,000 of every player. So what's the short print of that? Is it 400,000?
I'm just going to tell you about me. When I hear the term short print, it's like nothing was said to me. If somebody said, yeah, man, this card right here is short printed, I don't even know what that means.
It don't mean nothing if it's not numbered.
That's right. If I can't see that numerical, we got to keep it rolling. LP, I don't think Wemby will be the face of the NBA. Will Luka be the face? Let's go through some people. So Wemby's not. Will Luka be the face? I don't think so. Will Ja be the face? I don't think so. Is Zion going to be the face? I don't think so. LaMelo Ball?
No.
I don't think so.
The
face Ant-Man is close, but I don't think so. To be the face, man, you got to win. You can't get there and start talking about I'm tired. You got to win.
You got to win. So, Tatum?
You got to be consistent, man. He had one game in the finals. The other games he shot like between 29 and 31%.
And people were mad that he didn't win the Finals MVP.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with
what
that.
he mad about?
At first, it was Drew Holiday's award, and then it became Jaylen Brown's award.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tatum was never a consideration for that award. I know we want people to give it out to folks, but I don't see it. So we'll see. I mean, I wish him the best. I would hate to turn on my TV or be watching the game and I see Wemby go down with a foot injury or something that just won't get right for him. I hate to see it. Yeah, I mean, he's still a Hall of Famer.
That's a good question for Zerny.
FD and Big Jon, do you think teams will draw back on drafting one and done? No, I believe that's the way the trend is. The league goes by trends, just like the music industry and other things. That's the trend. So one and dones will still be drafted. I think these G League and Ignite, and I think these players are still going to come in. What role will they play 5 years after the draft? Is the question.
I think the trend right now is foreign. Like getting everybody overseas. You know, you got 3 freshmen winning the top 10.
Yep, but that's because of the trend, though. Wemby went last year.
Yep. But if you look at college basketball, without mentioning Caitlin Clark and Andrew Reese, I can name 3 rookies in that draft class.
Yes.
From WNBA this year. I can't name 3 people outside of Assar and Bronny James.
And I sat here and watched the draft. Mm-hmm. And I still couldn't name.
Yeah. Yeah, so that the college is going away from one and done players. I think that what was that? Who was the guy? I can't think of the guy name from Kentucky that got drafted, the point guard, to Atlanta. No, he wasn't Atlanta. I think it was. But it's a point guard from the state of Kentucky that Cal wouldn't recruit because he didn't think he was an NBA player or a one and done type player, and that's one of the reasons why Cal left Kentucky, because he was getting pressured out from not recruiting in state.
Are you talking about Reed Shepherd?
Reed Shepherd. Yeah.
What do you think about this Rob Dillingham guy? Everybody's talking about him. Him playing with Ant-Man. What do you think about this guy?
I don't know his game. I'm not familiar with it.
See, I don't either. I've only seen a few.
The hype is there. The stories you hear are good, but I don't. I mean, he's going to start over. Is he going to start over Mike Conley?
Mike, I don't know. That's the question I have. Where's Mike Conley at in this whole shebang? Mm-hmm. And he's the guy who, hits the 3, step back, do all that kind of stuff. People like that. If I'm starting a football team, Big Jon and FD are my bookend tackles. I'd rather play guard, Brett, but I feel you.
I play left tackle. I do not want to play left tackle ever again. I wish I had stayed on defense.
Why don't you like left tackle?
That was a small left tackle, man.
How tall are you?
I'm 6 foot. I was 6 foot then. I'm like 5'11" now.
Okay.
But I was I was just solid. It wasn't built out like I am now. Plus, I like defense. It's more violent.
Hey, hold on 1 second, Big Jon. Hold on 1 second.
I answered the question. LP, I agree. There's no generational players. I think there are no players that transcend generations, like Kobe, Curry, and Jordan. I don't think Anthony Edwards is going to transcend and be one of those all-time greats. Same thing with like Luka, Tatum. I think they are just really good players, great players even to an extent. But 30 years from now, you're still going to be talking about how good Jordan, how good Kobe was, how good Kareem was, how good Magic was. Oh, I thought I didn't know that, but I didn't get no cards. Let's see what we got. No League Wants One and Dones. Johnny LP. And we got FD back to run the show again.
What was that about Kareem and Magic? What was going on there?
So LP said there's no special generational players, and I said there's no players that transcend generations like those players.
No.
Kareem, Magic. Well, 30 years from now, we're still going to be talking about them. 30 years from now, we're not going to be talking about how great Anthony Edwards was, how great Luka was, how great that.
We're looking for that.
There are players for this generation, but they're not transcendent of generations.
Yeah. We have to. We're all in search of greatness. When you get beyond Steph, LeBron, KD, we're looking for that. Yeah, we're looking for that. There's no Kobe, Curry. But, hey, we remember when Kobe was trying to do his thing, learning, shooting air balls in the playoffs. So we remember when Curry was having ankle injuries and trying to do his thing. I remember when Mike Jordan broke his foot and people thought, can he come back from that? So these players have been through that path, but they showed that they're beyond almost anything else that's going on around them. Collector's Dream, what's up? Hello, everyone. Good to have you here. We got to talk about Orlando Cepeda, Willie Mays, Jerry West. We're talking about greatness. These players came through and changed the game on things, on the field, off the field. I heard an interesting, I wouldn't say funny. I heard an interesting story about, do you know, so there was a point in time when the Lakers were being successful, when the Lakers won a championship in the bubble, or when the Lakers were doing this, that, and the other. I kept asking myself, where's Jerry West at?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you don't see him pop up. So supposedly Jerry West made some comments about Jeannie Buss dating Phil Jackson.
Yep.
And she banned my man from everything.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
I mean,
because
that's not a conflict of interest.
Wow. That's
so.
Wow.
After Jerry passed, I was listening to the podcast and they talking about man of integrity, right?
Yeah.
Stood on the right side of racial things, stood on the right side of generational things. Like, even people try to rip basketball from generations, like, we just got to go with what's going now. Like, he was always on the right side of situations from an integrity standpoint. So I can see that not sitting well with him after the fact. But you can't tell me the owner in a relationship with the coach is not a conflict of interest.
It is.
Yeah.
It's one of those things. Hey, Quiet Card Podcast. Appreciate you all being here. We are rolling.
And I'm looking forward to Wednesdays because that is one of my favorite podcasts to listen to while I'm at work.
That's right. If you're not listening to the Quiet Card Podcast, I don't know what you're doing. They have good content. I love the mixture of humor in a lot of stuff that's going on. It's a great podcast to listen to. Please do.
Jerry, we still looking for tag slabs.
I guess for y'all, being out here, like I see tag slabs at shows.
I don't see tab slabs. I don't see arena club slabs out here. But I think in Connecticut, especially East Coast, it's more of a TCG Pokemon community.
Okay.
For the most part in cards. Like, even a lot of the shops, there are just Pokemon. I got a shop 5 minutes from my house now. But they are a TCG shop. They run games. You want to learn how to play Arcana, you want to learn how to play Magic, Pokemon. There's somebody that'll teach you the ropes. They have days where people come in, we're playing this card game, that card game. And so from that standpoint, I think it's an amazing. When you come to talk about sports with them, though, and the sports cars they have, it's a disconnect for me because you're overpriced and you just kind of don't know what you're talking about.
I got you.
So, but if I ever get into TCG again and want to learn how to play, I would definitely stop in and learn how to play. I do stop in every now and then, see if they got some deal on some wax if I want to rip something at a reasonable price. Pick something up.
LP said Jenny Buss ruined the organization.
It's hard to say she won your championship. I mean, this is the leeway that Rob Pelinka got. They won a championship in 2020. He has this year and probably half of next year before he really get in the hot seat with his job. Championships by you leeway.
Oh, wow. So Draymond Green today said last year he planned on leaving the Warriors for the Memphis Grizzlies. So it's
see how that would work.
Let me ask this question again, man. Is Steph leaving? This is Draymond said that?
Listen, Clay's gone. Dunleavy can blow it all up. They can get from underneath the luxury tax. He can blow it up.
Hold on, we gotta pull this up. Hold on a minute. We gotta listen to it.
Well, our free agency episode, if you will. There's a lot to talk about.
You know how when he starts the podcast, every time he starts the podcast, the look that's on his face dictates the podcast. Like he comes on like, I can't believe I can't believe Clay's gone.
About obviously including the official end of an era. Reportedly joining the Mavericks on a 3-year, $50 million deal, sign and trade Clay to the Mavericks. And I must say, I don't really know how I feel about it. Clay told us last week. I don't know who all he told, but I know he talked to me. Pretty sure he talked to Steph last week. And he just kind of was like, yeah, man, like, just kind of started talking through the years, like, been great. What we've done is so special. Like, you and Steph, my brothers, friend. And the conversation just kind of starts with small talk and like, you're kind of just prepping yourself like, man, get me there. Like, I know it's coming. Like, you're enjoying the conversation, but yet it's kind of one of those moments where like somebody like building you up before they give you the blow, they just kind of build you up. And that's kind of what I was feeling. I was headed to my daughter's recital. So I wasn't able to go as in-depth to the conversation as maybe I would have, which I think also was kind of a good thing for me because one thing I think when Clay told me, I was just able to listen, and it wasn't like we could finish like this or like, you should rethink this. It was just like, wow, like, all right, like, congrats, bro. Like, I'm happy for you. That's dope. And like, to obviously reassure that changes nothing for us, like, changes the basketball court, obviously. But
hold on now, Big Jon. Draymond knows this changes everything.
Mm-hmm.
So I will hope no one, if you watch this organization and this team, he's not believing. That's why he's looking down to the right. He's not believing anything he's saying right now. He's just saying that.
But the relationships, they are what they are. They are forever. The connection, the bond, even as far as all of us being mentioned together, like that is forever. That will never change. But it's, I don't know. I haven't really been able to process the feelings. This morning, or not even this morning, maybe earlier today, I think I might have dropped a couple tears.
It looks like you're about to cry right now.
Mm-hmm.
You just kind of thinking, and then I came across the story and like saw the pictures.
What's that?
Just that it's not you, it's me conversation. We had good times.
And he's almost like the underlying tone after reading the other comment. I'm gonna see what he gets to here. It's like, hey Clay, I'm happy for you, but I could have bounced last year.
Mm-hmm.
And it was very interesting to me because when I was going through Steph's story, like I went through it a couple times, and it was just like, it was crazy to me how many of the pictures that he posted that I was also in. And so seeing that was like, man, like it just kind of take you back. And like it taking me back to the beginning though. Like when it all started and none of us really knew that it would end up being this, what it became. And just going through that, it was very interesting to see, like I said, how many of those I was in, because I don't put myself in the same category with them two. Them two for me are like here, like out of the frame, like they're here. And I think for me personally, like the way I view my role in this is always like, I'm always have them two back, and I'm gonna always look out for them two, and like no matter what, like nobody can touch them two, like they can do no wrong, and like I'll go to battle for them, I'll take the fall for them, whatever that needs to be, maybe, like I'm doing that. And so for me, in being that way and thinking that way, if I'll take the fall for them, and go to battle for them, then you're kind of not viewing yourself in that same space, right? Because it's like, I'll do all of that for those guys. And so, yes, we'll always be mentioned together. But for me, the way I look at those two, my appreciation for those two guys, to then see myself in like half of the pictures that Steph posted was just like, wow. Like it kind of brings you to a weird space. And so I dropped a couple tears just throughout the day, not even necessarily exactly looking at the story, but throughout the day, it's just like, wow, man, like I always tell people like I like to keep things the same. My friends are the same. In life, I try to keep things the same. My trainer who works on my body, I try to keep that the same. Like my basketball trainer, I keep that the same. Like I like things to stay the same. And this sucks for me. This time of year always sucks because you build relationships with people and then like out of nowhere, they're just gone. And out of nowhere being gone for us is crazy because you spend most of your time with these people. Like you spend pretty much the better part of 9.5 months seeing these people daily. And then like out of nowhere, it just ends. It's always been a very weird thing for me. And so then this one hits like a much deeper, right? Like way more close to home because in a sense it disrupts home. Like what we've known as home for the last 12 years for me, that looks way different now. And so, I don't know. I feel like I'm rambling a little bit. So if you make it through this episode, kudos to you. is I don't really have clear thoughts in approaching this episode. It's just a little weird. I'm happy for Clay. I think last year was a very trying year for him. I think, it was the highs and the lows of last year. I think was very hard on Clay. And as a brother, to see someone going through that, like it was hard on me to watch, kind of see him going through what he was going through. And I think, if you ever care about someone, I think one of the reasons I didn't even, when he called me, I didn't even attempt to, want to talk him out of leaving or yo, you should stay. Because, all the reasons that you would say, and things that you could, yeah, I could make words sound good, but, those are known. Those reasons are well documented. And so I think part of the reason when he said to me, yeah, I'm going to leave, I was just like, man, I'm happy for you. That's dope. It's crazy to think what we've done and blah, blah, blah. But not once was it yo, you may want to rethink this. You got time to rethink it. Because to see him struggle the way he did last year, if you ever care for someone's well-being, care about what they go through the battles, through the struggle with someone, elevate past a level that no one could ever imagine with someone, I'd hope the care that you'd have for that person will go far beyond what you may feel is best for you or what you want to see. And so a part of me, I couldn't then go and be yeah, I want you to stay, or I wish you'd stay, or you should stay for this reason. Because for me to watch him go through what he went through last year, I know how much he loved the game of basketball. Clay, I don't think there's something that he loves the game that he loves more than playing basketball. And I didn't see that last year. And it's crazy because I told y'all about my year before that. That was me the year before. Me the year before was just I don't even want to play basketball. And you could it was hard to go to work. It was hard to even care about what was going on at work. You leave there and you kind of just try to lose the memory of being there type. And so I experienced that a year before. And I don't know, I think when I look back on it, when I take a step back and I look back on it, could it have been the contract playing a part of that? Because he was kind of in the same position, right? So I personally don't think it was that. I think there was a lot of other things going into it. But there's no true way to know oh, it was this emotion that's here. And there's no real way to know. You just kind of take all those things into account. But like I said, I do know the joy that basketball brings him, and it brought sadness, it brought unhappiness last year for him. And again, if you ever care about someone's well-being, go through the struggle with somebody and you only care, your number one goal for that person is to see them happy and enjoying what they do because you care about their well-being, then a part of me wanted Clay to leave. And not wanting him to leave in the sense of want him to leave, but want him to leave because you only want to see him be the guy that you know he is. For a guy that's lived his life since I've known him, and I can only imagine before, without a care in the world, we'd always say yo, Clay live in his own world. He don't have a care in the world. And for a guy that lived their life that way, and then all of a sudden it's not that, something's wrong. And if the most important thing in his life is basketball, you can clearly immediately see what's wrong. And so as a brother, I want to see him with that again, with that joy, with that love, because we way closer to the end than we are the beginning. You know, I remember my uncle one day said to me, he was like, nephew, like, call your uncle sometimes. Like, he said, I'm on the wrong side of my downslide. I'm on the wrong side of my downslide. Something like that, he said. And like, that's where we are, like in our careers. Like, we on the wrong side of it. Like, can there still be special things done by us? Of course. Can there still be special things? Of course. But like, we're way closer to the end than we are the beginning. That's for sure. And so knowing that and understanding that, like, I will hope to see him have the same joy at the end that I know he had at the beginning.
Interesting, bro.
You got a white flag?
He sounds like that's over with.
Yeah, that sounds like it's over with. That sounds like that championship window is gone. That sounds like we waving the white flag.
I said a lot, man.
Again, Dunleavy can blow it up. You can get some hauls.
So when you say blow it up, walk me through what you think.
All right, let's blow it up. Let's get underneath the cap. So Wiggins got to go. Draymond, you out next. And if I can get a king's ransom and picks for Curry, I get it. What team you want to go to, Curry? Who you want to play with?
That's what that sounds like.
You know, when they didn't re-sign Phil Jackson, Mike's like, well, this is the end of it. That's what it sounds like. This is the end of it. The business is taking over.
Yeah, that's what I just heard. And this is the first time I've heard this. So I hadn't watched it before we got on. LP asks, could this be the last great team?
Could be. I don't think it will be.
I don't
great
think
team's going to be different. I mean, this could be the last team for 20 years that really changes the game of basketball, how basketball is played.
Yeah, bros did some beautiful stuff together. I wouldn't mind if Steph left. To me, California is a dumpster fire, and I would try to go to a place that doesn't take half my money and crime is high. Hero 3, where you live at? I gotta know this. Hero, where you at? What's your zip code? Curry would be a good fit in Denver. Curry, I think his skill set is a good fit in a lot of places. Denver is one of them because you got a big man and you got some other people that can do that thing. Hey, it's only a few people that end their career where they started. What if Curry got 5 in a different way? Be interesting, man. Hey, I just heard a lot right there. I know there's probably more coming after that too.
I feel like we just heard a memorial speech.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. He almost teared up 3 times. I get what he's saying about if you want the best for someone, you don't think about what they're saying and doing and how it affects you. I get that. Wow. So, Big Jon, I got one last question for you. CJ Stroud, the real deal, Evander Holyfield, or will become a pedestrian this coming season? What do you foresee?
I think he's the real deal. I like him. It's funny you bring that because I was looking at what this PSA specials are. Might have to get some football out the door this week. $15.99 football special.
What are you gonna be sending in?
I don't know yet. I gotta go look and see. I guess stacks and stacks of cards, so I'm still going through.
Did you get your last submission back?
Yeah, I got that back from JD. So an 8, 2 9s, and a 10, not bad.
Okay.
Losing on consignment right now. I got 3 9s back in the cards I consigned, but I got another one, another order out, 10 card order, just baseball and wrestling, and like 2 Jordans coming back.
Hey, just so y'all know, I got my people here. I got Jerry and Imani on after the show. So
They after the show?
Yeah. Go to them and check it out. They're already kicking and doing that thing. Go to them and check
The
it out.
after party, you know, you have to join
the
that.
after party. And the after party, yeah. They're kicking and doing that thing. Look at y'all. Yeah, what's up, y'all? What's going on? What's going on, my people up in there? Yeah, the real deal. Oh, they say CJ Stroud's the real deal about the Holyfield. Okay. All right, we rolling.
I got some stuff out there being graded right now.
Hey, Imani and Jerry, what did y'all think of Draymond Green's soliloquy there? What I don't even know what to say about it, but what do y'all think about it? Yeah, the after party. That thing was, when the Bulls were breaking up, you heard the press conference. Nobody had a podcast. When San Antonio was about done, no podcast. When LeBron was asked by Phil Jackson to get the hell up out my office, no podcast. This is different. The curtain has been pulled back some where you can actually see a guy getting emotional about, man, Big Jon, anybody that's out here and played a sport, or, man, if you were on a chess team, if you were arm wrestling team, whatever it is, you go to war with some people, it's a different bond.
First, the Fat Boys break up.
It's a different bond.
It's different. That was, man. Next couple weeks gonna be interesting.
I mean, even if they sign Laurie, even if they bring in KD, you looking over there, ain't no Clay. He ain't worried about nothing now. Okay. Dude, Big Jon, do you want to see Steph win 5?
Yeah.
I think everybody wants to see that.
I want to see Steph win 5. Just because the argument for LeBron being the greatest is just another. You let somebody win 5 on your watch. Won 4.
Hold on. If Steph wins 5, and I don't like to say a lot of sports. Let me say this. Let me change that up. When Steph Curry wins 5 and LeBron has 4, finish that for me.
Mm-hmm. They're take it down a notch. Maybe take you from 2 to 5. I don't think people give Steph Curry the credit when it comes to the conversation of how he changed the game.
Yeah.
LeBron has not changed the game from a perspective of the next generation playing like him.
I agree.
Because they can't. You can't be 6'8", 240, that talented.
Run like a
cheetah. Teach yourself how to shoot.
Yeah.
When you put the work in, you can teach yourself how to shoot and be a good shooter.
Yeah. Very interesting. I want to tell y'all a little bit about who we got coming up on What's to Play. I know we're going to have Big Jon back. We're going to have Toby back up in here. But let me, we got some interesting guests coming. I probably need to start talking more about it and telling people. Hold on here.
I wish off this week's pickups.
You did what, sir?
No, Money probably watching. So we got 3 Jordans to go out talking about braces.
Oh, very nice.
Graded.
Breakfast Club. Very nice.
The same card going out. Hopefully, I should get 2 10s from overlooking at them. So this is for Money. Because every time he's on, he shows something for me.
On the 16th, Sarah Rips is coming through.
Nice.
Been wanting to talk to Sarah Rips for a while, and we actually locked down the date. So, and the 9th, we're going to have a mystery guest. Should be nice. Big Jon, you know it's always good having you here. Don't forget, people, go to the Quiet Card Podcast after party. Big Jon, you got any words for the people before you go, man?
Hey, stay collecting.
Ain't that right? Stay collecting.
Enjoy the Olympics. Stay collecting.
I was watching a show not that long ago, and that was a question about, are there any real collectors anymore? There were several people that I thought about, but I mean, that's a question for today's environment, 2024, July 2nd. I wonder how many people are shifting from flipping and moving cards to some form of collecting. Is there someone that they like? It's always an interesting topic to think about. I don't know.
I mean, I think even if you're flipping cards, you keep some for yourself, so you collect it. I don't know nobody that just sells every single card they touch.
You know, I bumped into a few people at shows that state that. Oh, I don't collect anything, man. I just sell everything. I always wonder, like, is that actual and factual? Is that what they do? It's interesting. I would think someone would be stashing a little bit, putting a little bit to the side. Big Jon, you always make
price.
What's that?
I think every card of theirs may have a price. That's something that they
I would think
so. Pull on those emotional heartstrings. But I just like this card. Like, you know, my favorite card in my collection is a Sparkly Cal Hendricks Topps Heritage card. It ain't worth nothing, but it just looks so good to me that I need to keep it.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. I have some cards that I need to start going through. Of some stuff that I ripped back when Jordan was playing. I need to start going through that. Every time I'm on a show with you, you make me think about I need to start getting into that stuff. I understand what's going on.
I touch my cards. I go through my cards. There's half of the week my office is full of cards everywhere, and my daughter's yelling at me to clean it up. Then, you know what? It's clean. I want to go through going back to cards again. Let me see what I didn't get. What can I be graded? Do I want to sell this card? Like, I go through all those phases and I show it off. Like, hey, this is my process today. I'm sitting there and I'm just gonna touch everything, and look through it and see, do some investigating, pull the magnifying glass out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a couple times, 2 or 3 times before I send a card off, I put it through the magnifying glass just to see if I missed something that first or second time through.
Yeah, I hear you. I need to do more of that. Sir, I always appreciate your time and having you here.
I appreciate it. Let's go to the after party, man.
That's right. Let's kick it at the after party. People, roll over to the Quiet Card Podcast. That's where I'm going next.
That's where we're going.
Y'all have a good one. Peace. Keep rolling, people.